57-9. Let me just let that sink in for a moment. That was the score as the number 1 ranked Rattlers took care of business last Friday night against the Austin McCallum Knights to improve to 6-0 on the season. I'm Kyle Stafford, and this is your Rattler Weekly Wrap-Up. Well, I said it last week, the Rattlers like their quick strike offense, and they sure showed it this week, averaging under 1 minute per drive in the first half, scored on their first 5 possessions, unfortunately could not close it out on their 6th drive as they fumbled. But fortunately, like always, Kadarius Baker hits up with one of his monster receivers who happened to be Solomon McGinty this week to put the Rattlers on the board first. Austin McCallum Knights added a field goal in the second quarter and then a touchdown in the fourth, but fortunately they missed their extra point.
It seemed like the play come to me every time. I gotta make the first touchdown. It seemed like when I score, then the next person scores, and then we just keep a roll going. But when Fedora calls a play, we look at each other like, hey, this the play. We gotta make it happen. We do what we gotta do.
Baker was 12 of 18 passing for 323 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. That is his 6th consecutive game this season over 300-plus yards passing. McGinty led the receiving corps with 5 catches for 139 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. Austin Collins added 2 catches for 60 yards and 1 receiving touchdown. And Terrence Creeks had 1 catch for 39 yards and a Rattler touchdown. Darian Randall led the rushing attack, 94 yards on 7 carries and his first career rushing touchdown, as he took it to the house for 65 yards.
I was really kind of nervous. I thought I was going to run into him, but good blocking and good communication got me through the play. Thinking house,
Looks like it could be a bright future for the young sophomore. Xavier Creeks also added 55 yards on 4 carries and 1 rushing touchdown, and Hunter Sparkman scored the other Rattler touchdown on a 17-yard run. Defensively, the Rattlers held the Knights to 9 points on the night, gave up only 220 total yards of offense, 22 passing yards on 412 passing, 56 rushes for 198 yards. Coy Imhoff led the team in tackles with 12, 6 solos, 6 assists, along with Jake Bauer, who had 9 total tackles, 8 of them solo, 1 of them assists, 2 sacks, and 5 tackles for loss. Well, Friday night, the Rattlers hit the road as they head to Madisonville for their District 18 3A opener against the Mustangs, who were 4-2 this season, the second best record in the district behind the Rattlers. Mustangs' 2 losses came against the Fairfield Eagles 22-21. The Rattlers did defeat Fairfield 2 weeks ago on the road 41-7, and their other loss was to Cleveland 19-12. Last year, the Rattlers also traveled to Madisonville for their season opener, won the game by a score of 40-7. Should see much of the same this season as the Rattlers continue to steamroll over any opponent that has faced them so far, and they have done a great job so far this season.
We've got to be ready, guys. Put this game out of our way and get ready for a Madisonville team that I promise you, they feel like coming into, if we can beat Navasota, then we're going to get in the playoffs. Because they know we're going to be the leader of the group. They're going to try to knock us off, and we're going to their place. We've got to be ready to go.
Something new this week, the players of the game. Offensively, the offensive line played a fantastic game Friday night. They did not allow a sack all game, and they did a great job run blocking as the Rattlers had a season high on the ground, 185 yards. Defensively, Jake Bauer led the team with 2 sacks and 5 tackles for loss. He did a great job penetrating and stopping the run and chasing the quarterback. Well, that'll do it this week for your Rattler Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm Kyle Stafford saying see you next week.